Well, reishi is a very broad action in the body. For one thing, it has no side effects that are really apparent. So it's quite safe. You can take quite large amounts of it, and it generally has a stimulating effect on the immune system. And of course, the immune system has effect on pretty well every other chronic disease state, whether it's asthma, whether it's allergies, or whether it's cancer.
I have more energy. I wondered where it had gone. It's back. And I just feel more comfortable taking it. I know with people I've told about this product, they go, what? A red mushroom? But you know what? It's amazing. The properties in it, I can't explain it. I'm not a scientist. All I know is it works for me, and I have a good feeling it'll work for you.
And I was amazed. It was like 3 days in, and I woke up one morning and I felt good. I felt like I had slept better throughout the night, even though I'd still been up several times. I also felt like I was able to deal with stress better. I just felt calmer and less anxious, and it also improved my mood. So that, I feel, made me a better mom because I was happier and had more fun with the kids.
All of a sudden you start to notice, I'm feeling really energetic, I'm sleeping better, I'm managing stress better, I don't have the colds and flus that everybody around me does.
I found people have actually seen vitality in me, even though my life has a lot of the outside stress.
What is this reishi? This ancient mushroom that Chinese medical practitioners have known about for centuries. This mushroom, which emperors over the various dynasties would send their servants far into the mountain ranges to search, believing that the consumption of this reishi would grant them eternal youth and enhanced health. Reishi, known as Lingzi in China, has been known to the Asian world for over 2,000 years. Reishi has been ingrained in Oriental art and culture because of its prestigious status in the traditional Chinese medicine. Since the first Chinese dynasty, paintings, embroideries, buildings, and sculptures of the gods and immortals have depicted reishi as a symbol of divinity, longevity, and good fortune. Its miraculous health-enhancing applications have been employed by Oriental cultures for centuries, but has only been introduced to the Western world in the last 30 years. How does reishi work? What are its tangible benefits? Throughout the ages, the consumption of red reishi has been linked to the treatment of a vast range of diseases, common ailments, and conditions. In addition to increased energy, reishi is known to aid conditions related to blood circulation, alleviate heart conditions, restore liver functions, regulate digestive disorders, and lung disorders.
I have about a 20-year history with reishi, and again, as we started providing natural supplements and natural products for chronic disease states that we really don't have any good drugs for, a number of cancer patients started coming and requesting reishi, and so I would buy reishi in large amounts. This is the reishi extract concentrates, and I was seeing some very good response to so-called terminal patients. The reishi certainly has opened my eyes to the potential of the natural products.
What is it about reishi and its healing properties, and how can physical balance and well-being be found from this mushroom?
Red reishi mushroom supplements work so well because we've really investigated what's in that essence. We found out it is unique compounds, polysaccharides. They're basically adaptogens, and we use that word adaptogen in natural medicine to signify something that is so unique in the plant world. We've never been able to manufacture it otherwise. It's the ability of a plant to be able to provide just what's needed. Now, an adaptogen actually harmonizes everything in the body. It provides what the body needs, so it'll balance out blood sugar, blood pressure, everything.
Polysaccharides are a group of immune-modulating plant compounds that are absolutely incredible at keeping the immune system robust.
For instance, if you have low blood sugar, the adaptogen normalizes your blood sugar. If you have high blood pressure, it helps lower that blood pressure. It's very powerful. That's where the therapeutic benefit has been realized, and red reishi mushroom, the essence of it, really knows how to go after that.
The majority of people usually notice red reishi within the first few days to the first week.
We have to realize that, there isn't one single ingredient that can be pointed to in reishi that is a cure-all. It's synergistic. The whole of the body is the sum of its parts working together. What reishi seems to do is allow the body to balance itself so that all the organs are working together and strengthening each other. What makes people susceptible to illness is a weakness somewhere in their system. Something breaks down and presto, you have an invasive disease.
Balancing of the organs, they all work together in tandem, really. When you get the liver and the kidney and the intestine, if you get too much accumulation in one, it immediately dumps the problem on the next one. So if we can sort of keep and minimize, I think, the stress on one particular organ, then it doesn't create more stress on the other two, and particularly the liver, as it picks up toxins from the intestinal tract and loads it up, and then all of a sudden it gets to a crisis point and it dumps it on the kidneys, so to speak. And then you have people not excreting the things as quickly as they should. There's a whole backup in the cells. So by balancing and keeping everything pretty well efficient all the time and in harmony, then you don't get this sort of jam up in organs.
In the last 30 years, researchers have studied reishi and its effects, and today there is a great body of scientific evidence mounting from Europe, Asia, and North America about this previously unheard of mushroom. The secret to red reishi's healing properties comes down to this. Red reishi mushrooms are primarily composed of complex carbohydrates called polysaccharides, triterpenoids, proteins, and amino acids. Polysaccharides, the most active ingredient in red reishi, are well known to be responsible for strengthening the body's immune system.
Traditional Chinese medicine has always taken the long view. It's always looked at prevention. And Western medicine, on the other hand, is more crisis-oriented. It does that very well, but it's really at its limits now to resolve the many chronic ailments that people have, and the ones that are just kind of nagging and bothersome, things like low energy and not coping with stress very well. For that, you have to adjust your lifestyle the best you can. But the best proactive single ingredient that I've ever found is the essence of red reishi.
You know, I think science is finding out that one of the things that we all have to be aware of is the immune system and staying healthy. And I think we're all trying to do that more today than ever. I found that red reishi mushroom essence really does give me energy, but also works on my immune system. There's no doubt about that. And why don't you try it? I mean, they came to me and said, would you try this? You know, just see what happened. My energy level went up. I started to feel better. And, you know, staying healthy is a very important thing, especially this time of the year. So may I recommend that you try red reishi. It's an amazing, amazing supplement.
It's called the Emperor's Medicine. And if anybody could pick the best of the best, it's the Emperor. And so they certainly have written documentations older than 2,000 years on the benefits of reishi, and the side effects of reishi, there's not much. So when you're talking about clinical double-blind studies trying to prove how good it is, quite honestly, you don't need them with the 2,000-year history of taking care of people. The Chinese medicine system, the doctors are paid when the patient is healthy, not when the patient is sick.
Though reishi has existed for thousands of years and has remained largely unheard of because of its rarity, it has now recently become available to Westerners and is quickly gaining immense notoriety for its potency and effectiveness in treating a large number of conditions.